Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we are playing Golgari Powerhouse with all the most powerful creatures. And the idea for the deck was what if Sheoldred and Glissa, cards that instantly take over the game if they survive one turn, couldn't die because we have Tamiyo Safekeeping and Tyvar stance, so they are indestructible for a single point of mana. And if your opponent cannot kill them, like he cannot win the game, right? So that was the idea. We supplement with Tortoise that also has to die, Geeks that absolutely has to die, and Sleeper that usually has to die. So that was the idea. I think you will like it, and if you feel that the content is worth it, as always, don't forget to smash the subscribe and like buttons. They really help. So with that being said, let's go into games. I would love to be on the play because that gives us free cards with the Dreadknight. We won't have the luxury. You know, it is what it is. We have to play like this. So we will have to go with Glissa probably. Like she can kill the whole board kinda. And we kill the token, so it's not the worst. Brutal Qatar will be really brutal though. Alright, this gets taxed, so it's even worse. So I don't think we have luxury to just wait with Glissa. The problem is that Adeline can just get unblockable, and I think we lost. This draw was supposed to be something else. We play Glissa, he plays Brutal Qatar, and that's it. If he doesn't play Brutal Qatar, he unblockables this and goes super wide, and I also don't think we can win. So this will be super hard. Oh. Unless he doesn't know how cards work. This might... Oh, this is a Gandro, right? They attacked so happily. So this will be 1 mana for a Gandro. If I wait, is it better on the next turn? Man, the Gandro is insanely good. So either they don't know how to play this super basic deck, or they have a Gandro right now. And I think they have a Gandro. On the next turn I can go for Tyvar stand, and maybe that would help. Oh boy, this is not good. I don't think they can be such a, you know, bad player to not know how First Strike Death Touch works. Alright, now we can double Tyvar stand if we care. Alright, let's prepare. And let's see. Let's see how it goes. So he will do it again because from his perspective nothing changed. And if it worked once, it will work twice. But it actually is different. But he will... oh, it's blocked? This is actually a meaningful situation. No, it's Glissa. Yep. And we go for 0. This way, we can do it again if he has more Gandros for some reason. See? We kinda cracked his code fully. And he just had the win with Scarf, he just didn't use it. But is that enough? Is one misplay from a mono-white player enough to win the game? I'm not sure. It will be very hard to raise him. It's all due to Scarf, like without Scarf that wouldn't be a problem. But with Scarf it can be extremely annoying. I think we need to have a different color. I think we go like this. This means he cannot target both green and black. So he should target black. Then we have only Dreadknight, then we Tyvar stand and try to kill whatever he goes for. And we have 1 legendary, so this is 3 mana. This can be 2-2. It's not the worst. We could also attack with Glissa, because she probably won't be able to block, right? But we don't have good targets. Drawing card at the cost of 1 life is not perfect here. Oh boy, this is a rough one. This is a very rough one. It's very risky. I'm not sure if that's a good decision. Not only oh. And this guy doesn't know how this game works at all, does he? Man, like what aggro meta does to the skill level? Like, man, oh my god, that was probably one of the worst plays he could ever make. This is also a lifelinker, so he could just keep racing with Skrelf and this. And yeah, even if he has new one, like, it's very slow compared to the other one. And he doesn't make huge progress so far. We will use all of the mana on the sleeper and let's see how he attacks. Now there are 2 colors, so whatever he will... Does this guy even know how it all works? I'm not sure, man. This is a bit better with Tyvar stand, right? It has 4 toughness, so we can just go for it. So we saw Talia for a while. I mean, we are taking his board apart while we shouldn't. We're at 9. Now Scurf, of course, doesn't do anything. So we have only last problem to solve. Do we go for it? Do we go for it? This gives us life gain, so I'm a little bit inclined to go for it. Alright, so what is the choice? We definitely go like... We could just go all in, man. He has 6. If he goes another adversary, this will be 3 and 5, 8. So we are not dead. And then we can kill him on the next turn, probably. If we don't draw a card with Glissa. Yeah, and the other choice is Adeline with a token, so that will be 6, 8. So both of the versions are 8. We could go like this. It feels okay, kinda. Let's go. Not fully sure about this play, but I think it's okay. Right, because I still want to make it messy for him. And I hope that maybe he's not playing very well and maybe I get this block here. Alright, apparently not. He knows at least this part. Like, I don't want to open myself so much to attacks. I could draw a card. Because if he plays Adversary, it's 4 mana. If he plays Adeline, he cannot Brutal Qatar anymore. Man, that's so close. Okay, that's an interesting card. And this also means that he needs to think about Lifar on the next turn, right? Because it's what, already 8? 12 damage on board. So if he just goes full swing, I guess the lifelink makes it easier. Alright, and now he paid life for this. Alright, so he's helping, he's trying to help. Talia, sure. We might be defensive on the next turn. He cannot name both of the colors, don't forget. We cannot kill her. We definitely played Akanuma. We can also have food token, right? Is there a way we win this right now? So we could go up to 3-3. So he kills one of them, and then it's 6-10 damage. So not enough. Not enough. I don't think we attack this turn. I think we just go for the tortoise. So we have 2 green creatures, 2 black creatures. And do we go Gix? It's not bad. It's not bad. Like, I want a full wall of creatures so I can pressure him, and the tortoise is super threatening because it amplifies the cottage, right? Yeah, if we fought longer, I think we could play it a little bit better somehow, but I'm not sure how right now. And I'm not sure what can he do, like what can he draw. Brutal Qatar is usually the best. Alright. Only 1-drops. So he needs to be lucky and hit 1-drops. That's a very greedy play. Alright. By the way, if we draw Go for the Throat, it's probably a game instantly. Alright, so we pay 3 mana and we get a 5-5. So those will be tapped. We have 4 mana left. So we can get the sleeper to 3-3 easily. And he can block what? 2 creatures only. So he will block this and let's say tortoise. So this will be 9, 12 damage. Man, it's actually... Oh, but they will have the lifelink anyway. So with lifelink it's a little bit different. Very interesting. I think we go for it. Not sure what about the tortoise. I don't want to donate it. So maybe we just attack with Glissa and with the cottage. We can use 4 mana on double food token, so we can go up to 10 this way. And it stacks the damage, right? How do... I think Glissa is super good here. He has no first strikers, so we probably can attack with the sleeper as well. If he blocks, we give the death touch and we eat 1 food token. If he doesn't, then we need to survive 1 turn. Let's go. Let's go. This being a 5/5 is huge, man. If they trade, that's good for me. They didn't get any Cardo from Knight because they couldn't tap enough. Not sure if they shouldn't use Skrelv, honestly, like it cannot block anyway. He didn't attack. So I guess he was playing around go for the throat that we could remove, but it was just 1 draw and he knows that we don't have it because we would use it before. 7. 7 should be enough. I don't think we need to go to 8. Very close game. Here's only 2 cards for the next turn, so that's not a lot. Oh my god, it's so tempting. Oh, I want it so much. That's too much. We can block whatever he gives unblockable, right? Because we have... So the best is naming green and brutal Kataring my geeks. And then he can go with 5/5 only. So that means I need to be, after drawing those cards, above 5. I can be at 10. Yeah, I can take both. I hope. Oh, this is a nice draw. This makes all the difference. Alright. Man, it's actually so close here. But we are getting him. Every turn, he's closer to being dead. And we keep defensive posture, so he cannot attack through anything. Man, he just needed to attack with Adeline. Seriously, like, this is one of the prime ways to win this kind of games. It's like having a flying Harbin in a way. Alright. Yeah, Tyvar stand can be super good here. He obviously thinks that he has some trick, right? Otherwise he wouldn't do it. Man, he really likes attacking into Glissa. Like, that's his... Bro, like... Guys, this is mythic level player. Oh man, that's what happens when mono white is so powerful. You don't need to know anything about this game. Bro, it's not oops, it's like the 4th time. Like, you do it the whole game. Man, like, I'm a control player. Like, what can I say, man? Those 3 cards, I just cannot, you know, cannot survive without them. And it seems to be Golgari, so hopefully. Alright. That's not great that our opponent will see our hand, so it will be Virtue of Persistence, which means we probably go Trespasser, right? Because they want to kill Glissa, and Glissa goes 1 for 1, Trespasser goes 1 for 2. And when we have Safekeeping... Oh, that's a very weird... I think they have more bats. That seems to be the only reasoning, right? That's a weird one. That is a weird one. I will try to play it differently, because if he didn't care about Virtue, there must be a reason for it. And we can follow up with another Trespasser on the next turn. Yep, that was the reason. That was the reason. But if he goes Virtue, then we can just go Trespasser and just try to be aggressive. Yep, he kinda has to. Lifelink will be a problem, and there are no creatures in the graveyard, so we are not lifelinking with the Trespasser. Not really lifelinking, but not gaining life. Very bad draw. Probably one of the worst. And I mean, we are attacking. The lifelink will matter a lot. So I will play another Trespasser, and then we try to flip. He knows about the Safekeeping, which is already really bad. We also have bats in the deck, but we didn't draw them, so no. It is what it is. We probably want to stop at 5 mana, we don't need more, but of course if we draw, that's it. Alright, not sure how it's going. It feels like we are not in a... Our opponent is literally doing our game plan. We have 4 Sheoldred, but you still need to draw them. And if you don't, you are a bad player. So we need to start the game probably against Sheoldred. Like it is what it is. We just need to draw this card. We were lucky. And that's good. So I think we just go like this. This means we can play our full hand. With Smork. That's a lot of damage. So that's a good progress. If they play another Sheoldred, I don't think we can win. Unless we draw another Go for the Throat. That was the whole idea for the deck, right? That we play Sheoldred and they cannot kill it. But our opponent drew it. So let's see if we can beat our own strategy in a way. Alright, that's kinda okay. Glissa. We can answer her, but not very well. Yep, and thanks to lifelink, he actually can survive way longer. The card is super important. I knew this would be a land. Man, I knew. Every time I super need some value because I'm on the verge of losing, it's just swamp high. I mean, it is what it is. Not looking great. We don't even have manland. Our opponent does. So, let's go for this one, I guess. So at least we get a decent trade. But with those draws, man. With those draws, it's not looking hot. Absolutely not looking hot. And of course we are bluffing because our draws suck and we don't want our opponent to know how bad we are at drawing cards. Alright. And those are 3/3s. And because I had to kill Glissa, I cannot even go into the nighttime, which would help a lot. Like, it would ramp a lot of damage. So, double bat action. Please, non-land. I really need it. Alright. That's something, I guess. You know what? This might just work. Maybe. It's super close. So if he has 2 removal spells... Oh, alright. He's trading. That's kinda okay. Let's see. Oh, I should just click it faster. Right now I have shown that I have full control. Alright, double lander. So we pretend that this card is something. It won't change much, but it's better than nothing. Alright, just a full top deck mode, and he exactly got the creature he just traded. Alright then. Alright then. He cannot attack with the bat, so that's something. He should get rid of his Lord Skitter, because then... Oh, I guess he can do it as well. Forgot I also have a creature. Yeah, we traded. So he cannot really attack, so that's something. Oh, that's smart. That's actually very, very smart. We take the damage. And like, the bat is super important just to keep other bats in check, because those are our cards. Alright, finally. That's good. I think we can win this. So if we attack with this, this is a force block, but they will block anyway. I think so. Yeah, sure, that will be hopefully something that gets them, but not fully sure. Like, they don't have anything to block for the trample, so I guess we don't get through. It's either 3 damage or nothing. Alright then, 1 draw to rule them all. He has the cottage, don't forget, but I don't think... Yeah, he can life gain on the same turn, so he will be at 6. And -2, so 4. Yeah, I mean, We can just play it at this point because we don't have 2 mana to even bluff. And yeah, like I don't want to, you know, make the manual stops every time. So, 1 draw to win the game. 1 draw to win the game. Let's see what he drew. If that's a removal, Glissa. Is she good enough? He needs to attack with the bats, and that means we can kill Glissa. Or play Glissa. Right? He can attack with the cottage, but now he cannot use the food token. I'm not sure if it was correct to play Glissa. Maybe he needed 1 more turn to try to go for the throat. Right? I don't think he has good situation right now. Whatever he does, it's bad. I think he has only the chance to hope for our mistake. I think this is the block, right? We get Virtue, we kill Glissa, yeah, we won. Like, we can just fully attack. He can block only 1 creature, and this has no death touch, right? Yeah, man, we still won this after double batting. But it was pretty brutal. Bats are insane, especially if you don't hit the last card to, you know, activate the whole chain. But now they can block only 1 creature and we have 2. And we know exactly what they have, right? So, oh, he's taking the damage. Appreciate it. Well, that was honestly so close. The go for the throat we drew for the Sheoldred was the most important part of the game. We already missed the 1 drop, let's try to set up for the rest of the game at least. If we can hit with Geeks, that would help a ton. And it seems that we were. One of the reasons it's in the deck. When you get this game, when this draws cards, it's insane. Alright, that helps a lot. We have double cottage, so the tortoise will be very, very important. Fight ring. Alright, so the next turn something bad will happen. So I think we keep the mana. Right? He definitely plays a creature, it might be the dinosaur. He doesn't have black, so it's not Arcfiend. I'm not sure if I should do it. Because there is a chance that I will draw something that I want to play. I can spend 1 black mana. And man, Geeks is insane. Our opponent definitely not happy about not having removal. And we kept up go for the throat, because we need to do a lot, man. Like, we need to prevent this fight rigging from popping off. And Virtue won't be enough, because his creatures will be super huge. Here it is. Do they have Tamiyo Safekeeping? No. We do. We do. And we can protect our stuff, but he cannot protect his. And that should be enough to close the game, I think. First things first. Let's attack them. I think it's a tortoise. But first was, man, this Geeks did so much. Man, this is horrible for our opponent, truly. And I think we try to run with Tamiyo Safekeeping. Alright, that means that on the next turn we can activate the cottages. Much nicer, right? It's just 3 mana. We won't be able to get 2 of them. Well, it is what it is, but it won't trigger the fight rigging yet. And that's really important. Oh, Tyvar's stunt is absolutely brutal right now. So if I go for this, I can steal Tyvar's stunt. Yeah, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. It's a 5/5 as well, so really good stuff. I don't think it matters. Yeah. So removal just carried us through this game, just because he had 1 turn to trigger this, and then I think he would win if we couldn't remove the dinosaur. I think it's worth to just pain ourselves like crazy and try to, you know, hit the curve a little bit. This will hurt though, because we also need to pump the sleepers probably. But let's see. Oh, so this is the combo version. The combo version, alright. We definitely need to go for the damage here. Like every damage counts because he has infinite combo probably at some point. And he already got one of the pieces. He probably has one in the hand as well. Yep, even the fairy will be very close. He probably passes the turn, right? Oh, he wants to be aggressive as well. That's crazy. Alright, I want to play Glissa, so if I attack, he untaps. And then we need to trade, basically. It's honestly not the worst. So I will attack only with this guy, because then I have mana for safekeeping and I trade for free, basically. Yep. Exactly. And now we got Glissa for free. Without forcing any mana, and we got damage through. The problem is that we are at 13. Maybe Aclazotz can help against this one. Alright, that's brutal. We really wanted Glissa in the board. She could also kill the training grounds. But 3 damage a turn isn't enough. Alright, it's all... No, it's just creatures. So this doesn't work. It's he still needs to pay the mana. Didn't see if they were bottom or top, my bad. I mean, we can just keep doing it, right? So now it will be Glissa with safekeeping. That's... Why would you ever tap like... Oh no, never mind, okay, that's fine. Yep, a classic mirror share crap, the staple of standard. Alright. But he has very few cards, so even though he really interrupts our gameplay, maybe we can make it work. Oh no, here it starts. A player permanent with hexproof. Your opponent control. It's not a target, right? Alright, so we will go with this. It helps. Every 1 mana helps. And we're at 6, so we need to be very careful. Let's play something that isn't a Painland. Alright, so what is the play? He can connive a lot, right? 3 times, so this will be a 4-5 at best. No card on, so it's only this guy. But I mean, we have Death Touch, so he kinda cannot go for it. Do we go for Aclazotz? So at the most, right? He can have 4 power on end step, and land, and 5. So 9. He can go for 9, man. That's a lot. So I think with Threaten, that means he won't block, because we have open mana, so he will take the damage, he goes to 10. Then we play Aclazotz. Unfortunately, we don't have this 1 extra mana. It would be great to draw Sheoldred, because Sheoldred right now wins the game instantly. Because they cannot draw cards anymore, because they will kill themselves. And they cannot target Sheoldred, because we have safekeeping and 5 mana. So if we had instead this, another Sheoldred, the 5th one, I mean that would be already a game. Interesting. Like, we have Death Touch on this guy, yeah. They have to take the damage. And so this one is for blocking, so we don't die. Because I don't want to, you know, trade Aclazotz for this. Oh, they didn't connive. Sure. They will connive one. Okay, okay. That's not as much power as I expected. And the fairy won't go above 3-3, at least now. They need the card on. And that's super important if they drew it. Because then they can give the ability to the fairy. They are digging. They're trying to look for it. Not yet. Not yet. Alright. If we can untap with safekeeping, we are a little bit flooded, but with sleepers it actually doesn't hurt. Because we can just use all of this extra mana and pump them to Death Touch. He's at 13, we can be at 9, so it's still a little bit scary. And they draw more than us, so we cannot chill with the sleepers, right? We need to race. The best draw would be Sheoldred by far. If we draw Sheoldred, I'm nearly sure we are guaranteed to win very quickly. Oh, I actually forgot about this. You know what? This kind of works. It's once a turn? Alright, whenever this... Our land card. I see, I see. So do we take the damage or we go... I think we go with the Batman. I really think it's worth it. It doesn't lower our DPS for the next turn too much. Oh, this one is good. You know what? We play black because we want to activate the sleeper as much as possible. So we play 3 mana for Glissa, 1 for Tamiyo. We have 2 spare, so we can activate one of them. He has 1 mana, so I think if he draws a card on, what happens? He needs to play it for 2 mana, puts the counter, but it has to die, right? He doesn't have this in the graveyard. I think we have to go risky and go like this. If he blocks, we just trade. I should activate it. I think I kinda missed. Yeah, I should activate. Sorry guys for that. Don't be mad at me in the comments. So we played Glissa and it kinda matters, right? Even 1 damage is a big deal. But hopefully it won't change the outcome, because I think we're actually winning. He can cycle a lot of cards, but he will be forced to, you know, discard 10 of them. What he should do, in my opinion, is open with Candy Trail. He will have 2 cards and then... Oh. He still has the card, you know. Alright, I thought he had 1. But with this blocker, he cannot even attack, and we have Glissa, so if he cannot remove her, he cannot attack with ground, and that's the big creature. So, man, it was really tricky, but I think we navigated it okay. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that one. That was close against Monoblue. I wasn't sure if we will win, but even without Sheoldred, we did it. And speaking of Sheoldred, we couldn't ever hit her together with the Safekeeping and Stand, I think. So that was the main strategy, but we just couldn't handle it. But you know what? That's good, because we still managed to perform nicely, and it seems that Glissa Sunslayer is as good as Sheoldred, and sometimes she's even better. So drawing cards and absolutely dominating the battlefield. With a single point of mana, she's basically like carrying the whole game. So with this version, I think we went 5 and 5, so exactly 50% win rate in Mythic, pretty high Mythic, so I think it's pretty good. It's kind of Golgari thing, right? If you hit the right cards at the right time, you absolutely have extremely powerful curve, like, you know, going Sleeper, Bat, Sunslayer, Sheoldred into Aclazotz and defending them. Man, not many decks can fight against this one, but if you miss some of the spots, it suddenly becomes weaker. It helps to have Dreadknights because they can, you know, smooth out the curve, but it always is a kind of mid-range deck, so you are very reliant on drawing correct cards in the given time. Of course, you also need removal at the correct spots. One of the good things, very often this is your removal. You can often just bait your opponent into attacking or blocking, so you get this juicy trade, and usually just go Tyvar stand for opponent's creature. So that's a cool technique that, you know, buffers the fact that we don't have as much removal. We still have 4, so basically like having 4 go for the throats, but yeah, you can go around it and pretend you have 10, and that helps a lot. So I think the deck is solid. It definitely will perform. It's not my favorite archetype because I always feel like I don't have enough control over the battlefield, and it's always hard to go against decks that go super wide. However, Glissa really helps against this. The fact that she can single-handedly stop full opponent's board, and I've seen it multiple times, is huge. So she really helps with not having a sweepers like Path of Peril, but I don't think it's a good addition. It's great against, you know, small aggro decks, but against anything higher value, it will just sit in your hand and feel super bad. And with this deck, you kinda want to progress every single turn, so you ramp up the pressure until you finally break them with, you know, this maximum value every turn, like the midrange does. So I hope you liked it. If you aren't subscribed, don't forget to smash the like and share with your friends and help the channel. And yeah, see you tomorrow.